welcome. Come on in and get in where you fit. And I'm your friend, Dr. Lotus Riche. And today we are going to be talking about Juneteenth. What does it mean and how to celebrate it? I know many of you out there might be thinking that Juneteenth is a day where slaves were freed. But guess what? Even after that day happened, slaves were still in bondage. But there were pioneers that walked the streets all the way from Texas to Washington, D.C. with their petition to make sure Juneteenth became a federal holiday. And now, if you don't know, guess what? Now you know. So stay tuned because I'm bringing you a powerhouse packed show with people that you definitely are going to want to know because they're going to share with you some things about Juneteenth that make you go, because these are things I'm sure that you did not know. So we'll see you on the inside, and make sure you bring your friends and tell them to come on in. It's time to ignite and take flight in the Juneteenth of your life.
Ignite your life, ignite your mind. Dr. Lotus Riché is powerful, empowering, engaging, and impactful. It's time to ignite and take flight in every area of your life. Welcome to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. Let's get ignited.
Hey, and welcome to the show. I want to thank all of you all around the world. Just come in and let us know where you're streaming in from. We have people from Pakistan, we have people from Nigeria, we have people from Burundi, Australia, China, Japan, Madagascar, and all around the world. And we want to shout you out when you come in. So when you come in, come on in and get in where you're fitting, because I've always got room around my table for you. And tonight, we have another exciting show, just like the other exciting shows that we bring to you in the past. Tonight, we have the jurisprudence, Dr. Yemaja Jubilee. She's in the house. And of course, the ranger of all rangers, we have Mr. Kevin Faubion. You want to come in and check him out. And the songstress herself, Miss Thea Paul, she is in the house. And guess who else we got? You are going to love it. We've got a young activist that's turning the world on its ear. And this you want to be sure to hear. None other than Alexis Henderson. So as you come on in, go ahead and tag a friend. Let them know we're hot on the box and we're ready to get started. And you need to be a part of what's about to happen. Because, baby, we're making history. Please welcome the executive producer, Jubilee Juneteenth, and founder of CCC Team. Connect, communicate, and collaborate. Dr. Yemaja Jubilee. Twin Lakes State Park Manager, Kevin Faubion. Award-winning creator, author, and music creative, Thea Paul. Youth activist, Alexis Henderson. Time to go. Let's go. Let's get ignited. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Wow. I am so happy to see everybody here. That's right. Give me some of that positive energy. Drop that positive gems. So, wow, everybody. I'm so happy to have you here this evening. Welcome to the Lotus Riché Ignite Show. And first, I want to dive right in. And I want everybody to just say hello. Let folks know where you all are coming in from. Dr. Yemaja Jubilee, talk to us.
I am Dr. Yemaja Jubilee, JD Executive Producer, and I am sitting in Richmond, Virginia. It's where I am, Richmond, Virginia.
All right, fantastic. And I see Kevin is in the house. Kevin, let us know where you're in from.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Faubion. I'm joining you from Twin Lakes State Park. I'm sitting here looking right at Prince Edward Lake where the event's going to be happening.
Fantastic. and none other than the junior sensation herself, the activist queen, Alexis Henderson. Alexis, tell us where you're streaming in from.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alexis Henderson. I'm a kid in high school, and I'm streaming from Amelia County, Virginia.
Awesome, awesome. And none other than the fabulous songstress herself, Miss Thea Paul. Thea, let us know where you're joining in from.
Good evening, everybody. I am an educator, innovator, author, and musical creative. I'm so excited to be here this evening. I am coming in from Richmond, Virginia.
Woo woo! All right, fantastic. So tonight, if you have not allowed somebody to know that you're watching this show, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and tag a friend and tell them to come on in, because we are getting right into the show. So, Dr. Yemaja Jubilee, you have created something special because we are going to honor an amazing lady that people all over the world are honoring, Dr. Opal Lee. So, Dr. Yemaja, would you tell us what inspired you to do this monumentous, historic event?
Well, thank you for asking. And that is a very good question and a very deep question, because it's connected to my father, the Reverend Dr. John Henry Brown, who passed on May the 2nd this year. He would have been 99 on May the 14th. He was the one that got me started with this, because he was a member of the 1390 Black Battalion that built the lakes and built everything that was in the parks and everything. So he was a member of that. And I heard my dad's stories. You know, he came from a family of 14 kids, and he overheard conversation at the local post office. These white men were talking, and he heard them say that there was this program that President Roosevelt had. And since he had never had a new pair of shoes or 3 meals a day or new clothing and everything, he decided to go and join the 1390 Black Battalion. He ended up going and joined it, got his first 3 meals a day. They helped build the park and the new clothing, and it got paid, I think it was $25 or $30 a month. He kept $5 of that, and then it went home. The rest of it went home to his mother, Lena Brown. What happened was, last year in June 2023, I co-produced and directed the first Juneteenth on the side of the lake that used to be only for Blacks. I did that last year, and I honored my father at the first Juneteenth. So what happened that night after I finished it and I stayed there in the cabins, I had a dream. I had a dream that I was standing on those grounds and I was hugging Dr. Opal Lee. I was hugging Dr. Opal Lee. Okay. So Kenneth Hodges, who was mentored by my father, when I told him about the dream that I had, he told me to move forward with it, and he would help me get the money to be able to do this. And that's exactly what he has done. And that's how that came to be. I started working on it in June 2023. And in September of 2023, I pulled in I went to Kevin, told him what I wanted to do. He said, no problem. And then I went to some other people who will be on here the rest of the week to be a part of this event, to be a part of putting this together. And that's how we got who we are. That's how we became who we are. The CCC team, connect, communicate, and collaborate. And that's exactly what we've done. And then we're going to have this event. This happened in 10 days. That's how we came to be.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. I told y'all she was on fire. She was on fire. So, Kevin, we want to go right to you, Kevin, because first of all, as a park ranger, you see a lot and you do a lot and you work with a lot of families. You keep the parks up and you just connect with the communities at large. So, Kevin, I want to thank you for being here. I know that Dr. Yemaja came to you and said, Kevin, I want to do this. What was your first thought when you heard her say that?
Well, Dr. Riche, thank you so much for having me on the show tonight. And that is, wow, I can remember hearing her voice from my office. She was talking to some staff up at our park office, and just the story she was telling about her father and her history just were so exciting that I came right out and I started talking to her because I needed to meet this woman and hear about hear about her father and the amazing things he had done. So that really kicked off the involvement for me in this setup in this organization, and that started I think a year and a half ago now. But look where we've come, right?
Yes. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, Kevin, I want to thank you for sharing that. And we have so many generations right here on this show. And so I want to go right to someone who is in a little younger generation than even Kevin, because Kevin's probably a little younger than myself and Dr. Yemaja, but we're going to our youth activists. So I'd like to welcome you to the show again, Alexis, and to all the youth that's watching you. Hello, hello, hello. So Alexis, what inspired you to be a part of this amazing event?
So what inspired me is the history behind all of this and the knowledge that I am able to receive with it. Not many people, specifically people in my generation, have the opportunity to do this. So when I was granted the opportunity, I was so happy, and I had to take it. And it's just an honor to be able to do this. And I'm glad that I'm a part of this, because technically I'm making history within this. So I'm very happy to do this. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. She said she's making history. So take notes, everybody. She's making history. And so are you, because you're seeing this broadcast for the very first time. There'll never be another broadcast like this one tonight. Even tomorrow's broadcast, it's going to be similar, but it's not going to be the same. Why? Because this is the first. And Dr. Yemaja, you have taken the liberty to do something that is the first. And so right now, we're going to go to our songstress among us, Miss Thea Paul. Miss Thea, what inspired you to be a part of this event?
Well, I think with Black History, Juneteenth is all about passing the torch. And when Dr. Yemaja Jubilee calls on someone to participate in something, one always knows that it's going to be a fantastic event.
Yes.
So I was very inspired to participate. She called me and she said, Thea Paul, you cannot miss this opportunity. And I said, I've got to do it. I heard it in her voice. And I said, anything that she's involved in is going to be an awesome program. And I was inspired by her. She is a great inspiration to me in terms of her activism, her ability to bring people together. And so I was inspired by Dr. Yemaja Jubilee to be a part of this program.
Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic. You talked about expectation, and Norman Vincent Peale said, when you expect the best, you release a magnetic force in your mind, which by a law of attraction tends to bring the best of you. Yes, the process of using one's mind to consider or reason about something is amazing. And so now we're bringing the best. And so for those of you that's listening, if you are ready for the best, go ahead and put a 10 in the comment. Put a 10 in the comment, because we're going to give you more of the best. So Dr. Yemaja, we're going to come right back to you. Now, I know that in the city that you grew up in, it was a lot of trying times. And we know that the lake at one time didn't have a place initially for people of color, or they had a place and it was segregated. But your father was a huge part of paving the grounds in that area. And then when the park became unsegregated, he had a large part in that too. So now you are doing this event to honor not just Dr. Opal Lee, but also your father. So can you talk to us a bit about that?
Yes, I'll be more than happy to. I have to also give credit to Kevin, because they had a special ceremony that they honored my dad at their oldest pavilion, if I'm not mistaken, Kevin, there. And they put up a plaque. And if you go there now, you're going to read about my father and his involvement. They had a special ceremony. That was the first thing that the lake did. Okay. And the connection for me is my dad didn't even want me to do that. because he's a very humble man. But I wanted to see his legacy goes on, because it's 5 generations of us. And they need to know that they had a man, and I say this out loud, and the way that it was meant. My father got called little yellow nigger boy, okay? Because he was told that he would be nothing, that he could do nothing. And I wanted to take that full circle and have him acknowledged for what he did. So even when I went to him and I would tell him when he had a stroke, and I was telling him what I was doing, and he, he just still was humble about, like, why are you doing this, daughter? But to me, it's to honor my dad's legacy. My dad was a successful businessman. He served the community well, and he deserves to be recognized. So it inspires me, because I have my dad's tenacity, I have my dad's resilience, and I have my dad's brilliance, okay? And I have my mama's holy shout. I got all of that wrapped up together. So with that, and a praying mama, and with that, you just cannot lose. You having faith, that's what I was taught. That's what I was brought up with. And one of the things, coming from a small rural area, you were always told to stay in your place as a woman. And I never could do that. I never could do that, because I always wanted to be a boy. Because the men were allowed to do things that I wasn't. But then I would pick up on things that my brothers couldn't pick up on. I kept my daddy's books. I wrote the checks for him. I did all of his bookkeeping and everything. And my brothers couldn't even do any of that. So I picked up on how my daddy did business. I picked up on how he had dreams of buying land and making sure his family had houses and things like that, and doing wealth in the community. He took me to the March on Washington. Nobody else in our community went to the March on Washington. I participated in the March on Washington at 17 because of my dad. He was a visionary. And look, I'm here to sit there and tell you, I'm his daughter, and I'm a visionary too.
Hello. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, first of all, that's a page in history. That's a page in history. And so on July 5th, we're going to make more history. More history. And so let's go right over to you, Miss Thea Paul. You're a songstress, and you've made history in your own right for a song that you've most recently written and has shared with the world. And so I want to take a quick break, because I want all of you to see this. You don't want to miss this. And then we're going to come right back and talk to Miss Thea Paul, because I want to know, and I'm sure the world wants to know, how does it feel for you to be a part of this historic event? We'll be right back.
Like sun to the day, we are light and we shine forevermore. The Black History Song. Stream now on your major music platform.
All right, fantastic. So, Miss Paul, could you talk to us? One, let's give her a hand, because she's streaming live on your major platform, okay? So make sure you go there and you check it out. You'll see that again later on in the broadcast, just in case you missed it at first. And if you're here just joining us, hit the replay, because you don't want to miss that. So Miss Thea Paul, talk to us. How does it feel for you to be helping this to be such a grand historic event?
It feels absolutely wonderful. And this song, the Black History Song, is a song for everyone. The main part of the song says, like sun to the day, we are light and we shine forevermore. And I want that message to be a message for everyone, for all colors. We can't let adversity wear us down. We have to use what we have and take our light forward. And that's what I made this song for. And one of the unique things about my song is that I have written single-handedly, I have written and recorded this song in 4 different languages, in English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese, so that people all around the world are able to participate in this message of being like the sun. Let us shine forevermore. So it feels wonderful. Back to your initial question, it feels wonderful to have released something on the internet platform where all people can find it accessible and they can sing it. Song is a beautiful way to help people internalize a message. And so I'm very proud and very happy about the Black History Song.
Awesome. That's magnificent. And so are we going to be able to listen to that history song at the event for Dr. Opal?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As I said, I was inspired by Dr. Yemaja Jubilee to come and sing that song. So myself and a wonderful young lady with whom I sing, Miss Courtney Cunningham, she will be with me as well. And we are going to just sing it to the rooftops like sun to the day. We are light, let it shine forevermore.
All right. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. So let me ask our amazing gentleman on the platform tonight. Kevin, you are making history in a multitude of ways as well. You're making history, one, as a ranger for the lake, where the history of the lake has really come a long way. Okay. Then you're also making history for your generation. And then you're also making history because right in the community that you live in, you are creating bonds. You're making things happen that had never happened before. So talk to us about how you feel about being a part of this, because you're helping to make history.
Well, to start off, I'm extremely humbled to be working with the people I'm working with. The park itself and the area has a history that unfortunately started with a lot of division. You're right, this park started off as a segregated park, but where we have reached now was built on the legacy of people like Reverend John Henry Brown and the young Black men of the 1390th Company of the CCC who built this place, even though they wouldn't be able to visit half the park for most of its existence. People like Maceo Conrad Martin and Oliver Hill, who lobbied and went to parks that they knew they wouldn't be allowed entrance to so they could sue the state and create places where people of color could go recreate in the system. People like Willie Bowen and Herbert Doswell, who were trailblazers as park rangers, African-American park rangers, for people to come. And then the members of this team today who have put so much time and energy into generating and creating this event where we can tell the history of not only the civil rights activists in our area, but of Juneteenth in general and the story of everything that goes along with that. So, very humbled, very excited to learn as we go along and just to be a part of this and do my part.
Fantastic. That's absolutely wonderful. And I like, Kevin, how you highlighted other people who have been a part of this. And so we want to thank each and every one of you that have helped to bring us to this day, because without you, it would not be possible. And so today, as Kevin spoke your name, we want to say, we speak your name. We speak your name today and for all days to come, because without you, history could not be made. So thank you for that. So, Miss Alexis.
Yes.
Miss Alexis. The things that has transpired, many of those things has happened well before your birth. Yet you are here today as a banner of hope and a beacon of light to show people that generations do change time and time again. And we're creating a platform for people to walk across the bridges that were once broken. And so you are helping to bridge the gap for your generation. So how does it feel for you to be a part of this amazing historical event?
I think it feels very liberating. My generation, like I said before, we don't have many opportunities like this. And I'm so happy that I get to meet all of you. And with the events coming up, I get to meet even more people. All the knowledge y'all are rubbing off on me, the wisdom, all the love and everything. I mean, it's crazy. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
So I've got a huge question for you, because you're a youth activist. And a lot of times our youth are really facing a lot of challenges. Some like we faced when we were coming along, but many of you face challenges every day with not only racial discrimination, sexism, and such a myriad of other things. So in this day and age, to be a youth activist is not only challenging, but it's scary. So how have you gained strength from seeing and hearing about what Dr. Opal Lee has done?
So I want to start off by saying anything that my generation or a few generations before me, it's not comparable to what everyone years ago went through. I mean, it's just not comparable. But Dr. Opal Lee, she's a very inspiring lady. She walked 1,440 miles, I think it was, from Texas to DC. And her and the others that walked, I mean, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that, I don't feel like. And the fact that I get to meet her and all of the other people, I mean, it's unbelievable. I wouldn't have thought that I would get to meet somebody like that. And the fact that she did it at 89, I mean, she's just a very unbelievable woman. It's amazing.
Wow. That's you're amazing. You're amazing. And your generation is amazing. So what would you tell others in your high school? What would you tell them about the importance of being a part of this event?
The key importance is for all of us to make it continue, to keep doing events like this, spread it around to everyone, not just in my high school, the other high schools, and to spread the knowledge of it. Everyone really needs to know the importance of Juneteenth, and just to make it continue.
Absolutely love that. She said, make it continue. That's right. Because this isn't something that we need to stop. This is something that we need to make sure it lives on. So when we do things, Dr. Yemaja, you're a poet. And life is like poetry, but it's also like a song. So, Miss Paul, tell us about how this is rising a new song inside you for your generation, and share with your generation why it's so important to be a part of this amazing event.
Yes, well, as an educator, it's always important to think about what legacy can we leave for young people. When all these things pass away, when I pass away, we all pass away, that song will continue. And so that's what it's all about, giving our young people a message that they can remember. Again, I keep saying the hook of the song, like sun to the day, we are light and we shine forevermore, because we know there's a better day ahead. We have got to impress upon our young people to keep that hope alive, to keep moving, keep pushing, keep standing up for things that they know are right, keep coming together to do that. So that's what that means to me. It's just an opportunity to leave a legacy to the young people. Song, music, words will live on when all material possession passes away. You can never take that message of love, of hope, of push, of continuing on. We will never take that out of our young people. And that's what it's all about, giving them a legacy word that they can carry on into the future.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, Kevin, we're going to hear from you in a moment. Dr. Yemaja, let's go to Mr. Kevin first. And then we're going to go to you, Doc. And then I hear that the people might want to know how they can connect with us. So, Kevin, in your generation, and as a man in the United States of America, celebrating the strength of a woman that took the wherewithal, that had the wherewithal to walk all the way from Texas. And our young activist said, how many steps, Alexis? How many steps did she take?
1,440 steps, miles.
1,140 miles. 1,140, not steps, but miles, folks, miles. How does that, what would you tell someone, Kevin, from your generation that's been through some of the things that you've gone through? And as a man, why is it so important to support what Dr. Yemaja is doing as a celebratory message and gifting to Dr. Opal Lee?
Well, that's a great question. Just knowing the facts about what Dr. Opal Lee has accomplished, I think is just mind-blowing. It's incredible. It shows you what anyone can accomplish, and anyone who was to, think any differently just because someone was a woman or a man or whatever well, she makes you feel silly if that's your opinion. But one of the strongest women I know in my life is my mother, and she taught me a lot about how to understand people and how to be respectful and to understand and that you need to learn from everybody around you. So I'm using this opportunity to learn from Dr. JUBILEE. It has been a wonderful experience having the opportunity to work with her. She is a force of nature. She has taken this idea in a very short period of time and has created it into reality. It reminded me of something she would say when you made your quote earlier. It's incredible what people can accomplish when they set their mind to it and they have a singular focus like Dr. Yemaja does. And, I have never met Dr. Opal Lee, but I can only imagine that she had a similar focus and a mindset. And I think they share the desire to bring people together and the desire to help people to understand each other and create togetherness in the world. So I'm excited to learn more from her when she comes out and just take in all I can.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Alexis. Alexis made sure that she put them numbers in there for us. Alexis not playing. She said, "Yeah, this is the mileage." That's why you need them young activists in the house, right? There we go. Thank you, Alexis. So thank you, Kevin, for sharing that. And Dr. Yemaja, I'd like for you to tap into the same question. In your generation, what would you tell people as to why it's imperative that they are a part of this amazing event? And look, we have somebody, Maurice from Ghana. He said, that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. 1,440 miles. That's mind-blowing. And thank you, Maurice, for sharing. Dr. JUBILEE, talk to us. Turn your mic on. There we go. I unmute. Yes.
I got truth resonating. I got truth resonating, y'all. I got truth resonating in my heart, happily and harmoniously. And I bring my own voice. I bring my own voice, yeah, I bring my own voice, happily and harmoniously. I feel that is the key to remember your truth, whether it's your ancestors, your family, and yourself, and to bring it. I don't care about age. age, people have all of these paradigms that they have allowed themselves to be imprisoned by and enslaved by, going back to relating, and they can free themselves, they can liberate themselves. You're never too old to dream, visualize, and then take action on it. You're never too old. And if you can't do it, nobody else will. We're going to be celebrating Juneteenth. And look, she's 89 when she started. Now she's 97 years old. And I want to tell you, my daddy was an inspiration for me as well. I go back to all of that. But if you're listening and you're watching, you can do it too. And it only takes you to do something where you are. One person to start something. One person. And just like Dr. King had a dream, it happened for him. And he was dreaming that all the things that he wanted us to become to do. And at this event, I got a vision, was God-given, and pulled the people in for the highest good of all. We were going to bring all kinds of people together. All kinds of people together. And I don't like using racial terms anymore because we all are made by the one. We all are made by the one. And the same brilliance and creativity that flows through me, it flows through you. So embrace it, express it, and be it. BYOB, bring your own voice. You can do it. You can do it because I know I'm doing it.
And I love, Doc, that you said we are all made by the one.
Yes.
The one source. The one source. And so we want all of you to be in oneness with us as we bring Dr. Opal Lee to you. And we want to show you just how to connect with us for this amazing event. So what we're doing is we're going to take the information. We'd like you to go ahead and connect with us and register with us to meet us there. Better yet, don't just meet us there. Go ahead and beat us there. You see the link right there? Beat us there, because guess what? There can never be enough people to help celebrate this amazing event. And we want you there with the Friends of Twin Lakes. This community event is going to be one for the history books. And we've shared this time and time again. And we want you to be a part of the history books as well. And so if you're ready to connect with us, go ahead right there. I've got the link right there for you, and join us. Go to our website and look here. Twin Lakes State Park and the Friends of Twin Lakes Production Connect, Communicate, and Collaborate Team CCC presents July Jubilee Juneteenth celebration, coming your way July 5th through the 7th, 2024. Our featured speaker is none other than Dr. Opal Lee. And we can't wait to have you as a part of this event. So you can go on there and connect with us and let us connect with you. And so we're going to take a quick break for a moment, and we'll be right back. And make sure, if you're just joining us, make sure you share this with someone else that needs to know about this amazing information. We'll be right back.
The purpose of Matriarch Now is to help renew the respect and honor given to the family matriarchs. In our present state of family affairs, matriarchs have become less important, less honored, and in many cases pushed to the side to be cared for by institutions. Oftentimes, this leads to confusion and dissolution of the families. Our purpose is to raise awareness on the importance of the role of the matriarch and the power of their bond, which keeps their families together, even after the matriarch transcends. The then up-and-coming matriarch lovingly moves into her position as the family structure remains intact. When our matriarchs rise to their positions, the healing of the family unit can begin. This process can help families around the world through our Matriarchs Leadership Training Program and the power of our Lord Jesus Christ.
All right, and we are back. And we have shared with you. Make sure, please, and thank you. Make sure you go on over to the Juneteenth celebration. You don't want to miss it. Right there on your screen, right there in front of you. The twin friends from the Twin Links is there. Go ahead to our website. Make sure you connect with us. Register because we want to see you there. We want you to beat us there so we can see you there. So with no further ado, we're going to go right back to you, our viewing audience, because we want to thank you for being here. Because without you, guess what? We don't know what we would do. And for those of you that's just joining the show, you might be joining the replay. We want to say, hey, and thank you for joining the replay. So we want to say hi to Angela in Washington, D.C. We see you, Nikki Jones, all the way from Virginia. Tafari Jones is in Virginia. Portia is in the house. We see you. Thank you so much for being here. And No Saram, I hope I pronounced that right. No Saram says, so proud of you, Alexis. All right. And all the way from Ghana, we see you, Maurice. We're happy to have you as well. So many people put your tens in the chat, and we just want to thank you for being very participatory with what we were sharing today. So somebody is a proud grandmother. So, Miss Portia Jones, we thank you for being Alexis' grandmother and supporting the broadcast. We greatly appreciate you. And of course, Denise Simpson Hurst is all the way in from Illinois. Thank you so much. We know you was out there kayaking today, but you're here with us today. And we are so thankful for all of you from all around the world that has joined us. And we see you, Margaret. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you too. So with no further ado, we're going right back to you, our amazing guests. So I would like to know from each of you what you think and what you know our amazing viewers and participants can expect to hear from the event. And we're going to start right with Miss Thea Paul, then right over to our young activist, and then right over to the ranger, and then to the spearhead of the event, Dr. Yemaja Jubilee. Miss Thea?
Well, I like to say I'm so happy that I was able to come on this evening, and I think we should look to learn. Expect to learn. All of us on this line and all of us who are watching, there's always something to be learned, and we're going to get it. At this, even in this short span of time, I have even learned some things about Dr. Opal Lee. And so I think that should be our intellectual tagline, look to learn, because when we expect, we keep our minds open, we are going to receive something. And I also want to leave viewers with the word, accept the opportunity. Dr. Yemaja Jubilee, she asked me one time to participate, and I declined. Full disclosure, I declined. But there was something in her voice the second time she asked me, and something in my innards knew I had to participate. So be very sensitive that when people are trying to pass the torch to you, sometimes you have to just walk by faith, reach out your hand and accept that opportunity. And that's what Dr. Opal Lee did. She took an opportunity. She did it on faith. And Dr. Yemaja Jubilee is doing the same. She had the call on her. She accepted that call. She moved forward by faith. Now her project, her activity is coming to fruition, and we should do the same.
All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. And we're going right over to our young activist. Alexis, talk to us.
So people will experience lots of happiness, I feel like, lots of joy and love from this event. Some very influential words will come from Dr. Opal Lee, and I know everyone will be excited to hear that. I think that this event, everyone will be talking and saying that there'll be another one. And I hope that maybe not even like in June, maybe it'll be something sooner to that, then the same people and everybody else that's listening, we can all come together and do this more often and just spread it and share it.
Awesome. I absolutely love it. Kevin, talk to us.
All right, so you're in for a really good time. I'll say that. You're going to experience the what. So you're gonna come out here and you're going to be directly involved in different people's ideas of what this event means to them. You're going to experience the what, and then you're going to experience the why. We're going to have a lot of folks out telling you why people do what they do, why it's important, why it means something to them. You're going to get to take a walk like Dr. Opal Lee, a much shorter walk. We're not going anywhere near 1,400 miles, but a walk around the park to honor her sacrifices and her the work that she did. We're going to learn about the history of other civil rights activists in the area and at the park. And you're going to learn about the people in your community because we're having a lot of folks out here.
That's awesome. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. And with no further ado, we're going right to you, Dr. Yemaja Jubilee.
Well, what I would like to say is thank you to all the CCC team members, the Friends of the Lake, and Kevin at the Lake, and Bryce. I can't leave out Bryce. All the people that have come together. I say thank you. And I thank you for people believing in my vision, because I kept telling me it ain't about me. What people will learn, accuracy and the truth. That's why I sang this song about the truth. I have been working with the National Juneteenth Observance Foundation. That's Sherry Bailey. She's of Juneteenth, Virginia. She will be there bringing us greetings and everything. She's the one that got me connected to Dr. Opal Lee. And I have learned so many things. So we're going to bring accuracy around what has happened. And we're going to hear a woman that not only talked the talk, but she just walked the walk. You know, that's what I said. You know that song, but I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm talking. Okay. So now I get to singing it, coming in verses and rhymes. But people are going to hear from a elder activist. All right, you're going to be blessed. And just like I remember when I participated in the March on Washington, that's why the youth are important. They're not going to forget this. Neither are the adults. And they're going to be making history. You're going to come and be in a joyful celebration. You're going to be in the midst of people that care, that love, that show, and have worked really hard to just exemplify and personify. I get the rhyming now. You know what I'm saying? Yes. All that we do with music, there would be music. There would be old school music. We got a DJ Rock that's going to have it. And we're going to be in the old dance hall, right, Kevin? He has the the jukebox that will be in there where we will be doing that 5 to 8 reception for Dr. Opal. We're going to be in the original part where I used to go dance to I Couldn't Sleep at All last night. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be dancing and having fun. And if you don't get up and have fun, I'm coming to get you and pull you up out there with me. You know, you're not going to sit down on me. All right? Because it's a time we're free. And freedom begins with us from inside out, in our minds, and in our spirits, and in our bodies. You're going to experience the liberation and be in the presence of other people's joyous celebration. And Dr. Lotus, I want to thank you for having us on the show. And I want to thank you for all, because you've been a part of the team. We got to say you're a part of the team as well. The other thing that I want to mention is this. There's a documentary being made about this whole event, which will premiere in September at Longwood University. Longwood University, R.R. Morton, all those peoples are part of this team that made this happen. And we are practicing Ubuntu, like Desmond Tutu talked about. We're practicing Ubuntu, togetherness, because we are one and the highest good for all concerned.
All right. So with no further ado, we want to thank you, our worldwide audience. We ask that you share this broadcast out to your widest audience and let them know what's going on at the lake. July the 5th, we'll be bringing history a new name. And it's called what, Dr. Yemaja?
It's called, and I want to tell you one quick thing. The reason why we're doing this in July is because I follow Dr. Oprah, and she said Juneteenth needs to run through the 4th of July. So Yemaja, bang, 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 bang. We're gonna be the first making history that way now. July, Jubilee, Juneteenth. All right. She wanted that to come true, and now we're making it happen. Okay, so come and join us.
And we're making it happen.
Yes, Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, and we'll see you there. So make sure you connect with us. So with no further ado, I want to say this to all of you. Take a look at this before we close the show.
Like sun to the day, we are light and we shine forevermore. The Black History Song. Stream now on your major music platform.
So make sure you stream that on your major music platform, and be sure to join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. where we are hosting our next amazing group of fantastic folks, and you want to be here to see that. So to our viewers and to our guests, we thank you from the Lotus Riche Ignite Show. It's time for you to ignite and take flight in the Juneteenth of your life. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you for watching the show, and follow us on YouTube. Ring that bell so you don't miss a thing. Join us for the next exhilarating episode of the Lotus Riche Ignite Show, featuring Jubilee Juneteenth and founder of CCC team, Dr. Yemaja Jubilee. Youth activist, Destiny Woodley. Education and colleges, multifaceted and multi-talented team strategist George Smith, founder and director of Kumbaya Dance Ensemble, Sharon Simpson. We'll see you there. If you want to be a guest on the show, please connect with us at Lotus at lotusricheignitesyou.com. Ignite your mind and ignite your life.